Hello, soul family. I love you all. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. Today we're going to go over a practice and technique that has been used throughout Kundalini yoga and Japa yoga and many other traditions, which is actually purifying and awakening the psychic centers or the chakra points. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the fact that most people only think about the chakras and they don't actually connect the kshetrams, which are the points in the front on most of the chakras that directs the channel of energy from the front to the back of your body. We're going to go over that in just a minute, but I'm Jeremiah. You're tuning in to Secrets of the Sacred Serpent, where we discuss all things spirituality and the occult. And today we're discussing a Kundalini exercise. And you can actually find this technique in Dharana Darshan. I've been telling y'all a lot about it. But yeah, this practice, I'm not going to read this entire chapter to you guys because a lot of the times it's kind of repeating the same thing, just changing where it's related and, and everything. But I'm going to begin with showing you this diagram. If you notice, the Muladhara chakra down here, it doesn't have a kshetram, which is a trigger point in the front. So when you're doing the exercise that I'm telling you about, the in and out breath will just be solely focused on this point. On all the other breaths, you're going to be inhaling from the kshetram at the front of your body back to the chakra point at the spine. And then as you exhale, you're coming back from the spine at the chakra point and up to the kshetram again. And the only point, kshetram and chakra point, that isn't from the entire front of the body to the back of the body is the Anya chakra. And the Anya chakra goes from the brow area back to the center of the head, kind of at the top of the spine where the pituitary and pineal gland is found in that area. And in the initial techniques, you're going to go through each individual point, going through and creating this psychic channel with breath and with focused awareness. And you're going to create that channel of energy between each one and activate and awaken and purify each one on the way up. Now, you'll notice that the crown chakra is not mentioned here, Sahasrara, but you do incorporate that one at the crown in the last part of the exercise, the more advanced part of the exercise, where you go through each one consecutively, doing 21 ohms into each chakra point. So at the very end of the technique, after you created these channels through your awareness and your breath and feeling the energy, then you will go back through each of them, and you will when you get to the Anya chakra, you'll actually go to the back of the head at the Bindu chakra. I'll tell you about that a little bit more here in just a little bit. It's kind of like how we have the heart chakra and then the higher heart chakra or upper heart chakra. It's very similar. It's like Bindu chakra. It's in the back of the head. And we do that one with 21 ohms, and then we move up to the crown chakra. And this is only in the last part of the practice. But Chakra Shuddhi literally means purification of the psychic centers. And like I said, it was practiced in Kundalini yoga and Japa yoga. And it's definitely said that if you really want to see benefits, you want to start seeing transformation, you want to really awaken your Kundalini and become the God you came here to be, this is definitely an important stage. And you should take on this practice for a minimum of a week. And I mean upwards of a month or even longer if you're wanting to see more benefits. But you will start to notice benefits in all aspects of your life, whether it be the physical realm or within your body or your actual physical being, or psychic abilities awakening, having very intense visualization, being able to enter deep states of meditation much easier. and just having that awakened Kundalini within your body, or at least prepping the body for having the Kundalini fully awakened. But so yeah, there's these chakra or Shetram points at the front of the body that we're going to connect through breath and through mantra, chanting mantra through each of the breaths, creating that channel. And I'm going to start out with the Muladhara chakra, and I may just read this one and then I'll go and just kind of explain each other one, because this one is the one that's kind of different. So I'm going to go ahead and read this one part of the technique, and this is just the technique stage 1 for Muladhara Shuddhi, which is at the base of your body down here at like the perineum, where your PC muscles and stuff are. Muladhara chakra does not have a Shetram or trigger point, so it must be located directly. To locate this chakra more easily, Siddhasana or Siddha Yoni Asana is recommended as a sitting posture, as this will help to create the awareness of the Muladhara chakra point. Place the hands on the knees in Chin or Jnana Mudra. Close the eyes and relax the whole physical body. Be aware of the meditation posture. Go through each part of the body and make sure that there's no tension or tightness in any part. Let the breath become slow and rhythmical. Move your awareness to the point of contact where the lower heel is pressing into the perineum or yoni. Become intensely aware of that distinct pressure at that point. Center your whole awareness at the pressure point. Become aware of a pulse beat in this area as you locate the exact position of Muladhara chakra. So you want to be able to feel that energy pulsing in the area. Become aware of your breath. Feel or imagine that you're breathing in and out through that pressure point. Feel the breath moving through the perineal body or the yoni, becoming finer and finer so that it pierces the point where Muladhara chakra is located. Move your awareness with the steady rhythm of the natural spontaneous breath. Experience Muladhara chakra being pierced with every inhalation and exhalation. Move the awareness with the breath. Do not allow your attention to become dissipated. Now integrate mental repetition of the mantra Om with each breath. As you inhale, repeat Om, feeling the vibration moving upward with the breath and piercing Muladhara chakra point. As you exhale again, repeat Om, feeling the vibration moving downward with the breath out of this chakra point. Experience the mantra Om as it moves in and out through Muladhara chakra. Feel you are purifying and opening Muladhara chakra with the movement of the breath and mantra. Continue with this practice for 5 minutes. Okay, so that's just starting the practice. You bring your awareness to that chakra point, and what you're going to be doing is, when you sit with your legs crossed in the most people's like meditation posture, like lotus or half lotus, that asana, you're actually going to bring your heel in and place it on your perineum to where your heel is pressing against that center point, and that pressure pushing against it is going to help you to feel the pulsing and to bring your awareness directly to that point. So you keep that there. And then you do the practice that I just read, where you breathe in and out of that chakra point, having full awareness just at that chakra point. And you literally let your breath just become rhythmic, and let every breath in and out pierce through that chakra point at your root. And then after you've made that connection, then you want to add Om internally. You don't speak it out loud. You do this internally, breathing it in and out, doing an Om on each one through that chakra point. And you want to do this for 5 minutes for each of these chakra points and Shetram and chakra points. So I'm going to leave a link in the description for a website you can go use that can time your meditation, and you can have it just like gong after every 5 minutes, so you know when to actually move on to the next chakra. And then after you do that, like I said, you do the 21 ohms. So now that point is just the point, like I showed you in the diagram. So that is just the direct point. So you're actually just bringing your awareness in and out breath to that one point where your heel's touching your perineum or yoni. And then after the 5 minutes, and you've felt the connection and the energy flowing to that chakra, then you move up to the Svadhisthana chakra, or the sacral chakra. And at this point, this is where you do bring in the kshetrams. So you have the trigger point for the Svadhisthana right at like your pubic bone in the front. You bring your awareness to that kshetram point, and as you inhale, you bring the energy from that kshetram point at the front of your body to the coccyx in the back. So like your tailbone right there. So you bring that on every inhalation. You feel the energy go from the front to the back of the body at the spine. And then as you exhale, every exhalation, you feel the energy move from the back of your spine back up to the pubic bone. And you do each of these for 5 minutes, but after you've made the direct connection with the breath and with your awareness, and you can feel the energy moving from the kshetram point in the front to the chakra point in the back, then you add the ohms. So then during each channel path or traveling, each time it travels, the energy travels through the pathway, it's going from the front. You say Om on the inhale, let it go to the back. Then when it's in the back, you exhale and allow it to travel to the front as you say Om internally within the mind's eye, and you feel the Om. You need to feel the energy down there in your chakra points and kshetram points, and you want to feel that direct connection of the energy moving, because where your attention goes, energy flows. So when you focus on that area, you're going to feel all of your conscious awareness travel to that area, and you're moving energy to that region. And then whenever you change your awareness to the back point on the spine, you feel the energy and your awareness move to that point. So this is what you're doing, and you're connecting the breath with it. So you do that with each chakra point. After Svadhisthana, then you move up to Manipura, then Anahata, Vishuddha, Anya chakra. And this is the point where with each of these techniques where you're doing from the kshetram to the chakra points, you do the exact same technique as the Svadhisthana all the way up to Anya. And then at the 5 minutes that you're doing Anya, just remember that you only do it from the brow region to the center of the head, like where your pineal gland is. And you do that one for 5 minutes. Okay. Now, after you have went through all 6 of these chakra points, from the root, having its no trigger point, no kshetram, just that direct point, working your way up through the kshetrams in the front of the body to the chakra points on the spine, you get to Anya, complete that 5 minutes. So this is going to take 30 minutes just to do this first stage. And during this first stage, you just go to the page that I put in the description and set your meditation timer for 5 minutes each, 6 whatchamacallit, and I would add another 5 minutes for getting into your Kaya Shetram, or Kaya Shetram. You do that first, get the stillness, and then move into this one, which I just did the video on the Kaya Shetram, which is the stillness exercise. But yeah, you get to the chakra Shuddhis, you work all your way up to the Anya, from the front to the back of the head, and then at this point, once you've completed this, which is like 30 to 35 minutes, then you move on to going through the chakra points. So at this point, you're not bringing your awareness to the kshetrams, you're bringing your awareness directly to the chakra points along the spine, from your perineum all the way up to your Anya, and even at this point you bring in the Bindu chakra in the back of the head and the crown chakra, the Saraswara. So at this point you bring your awareness to the Muladhara chakra at the perineum, center your awareness at the Muladhara chakra. Then you must feel the mantra Om pulsating slowly and deeply there. The pulsation will feel as if the chakra is being struck from within inside. Feel the Om mantra pulsating at the Muladhara chakra for 21 times. So just so at this point, just so that you don't have to really break your awareness or break your attention away from the ohms and each chakra point, you can count each of the 21 by going through each of the knuckles across and then back. So if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you've got 12 there. Now work your way back the next finger. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So you literally just go from one finger to the other side and then start at the next finger and go back. It's literally that simple. That's 21 ohms. So you can use one hand to do it and it'll be easy for you to count them. But at this point, you're literally vibrating within your inner being, the psychic sound. You're chanting the mantra through psychic sound through your inner voice, chanting Om 21 times, starting at the Muladhara, working your way all the way up to the Anya chakra. After the Anya chakra, you do the 21 ohms for the Bindu chakra in the back of the head. And then you move up to the crown of the head at the Saraswara. So this is basically the exercise, and then you end the practice. When you end the practice, you leave your awareness of the mantra and chakras, become aware of the natural and spontaneous breath, feel the slow, steady rhythm of the breath, become aware of the physical body and the meditation posture you're seated in, feel the contact between the body and floor, become aware of your surroundings, become aware of the room in which you're sitting, and of any sounds in the external environment. Breathe in deeply and chant Om 3 times. Then, of course, it says Hari Om Tat Sat. But this is a very important practice. I had actually, before I had the hard copy of Dharana Darshan, I had been reading it a long time ago in the PDF format, and somehow during that reading it, I had ended up with the Chakra Shuddhi exercise way before I even got the Kayasthariam, which, that says you're supposed to start with Kayasthariam, but luckily with this Kundalini Yoga exercise, this exercise within Dharana, it's you're able to move a little bit. It says whenever you're moving up through the chakras, if you need to shift or kind of just readjust yourself, it's okay if you do so. But then once you readjust for a second, then you go directly back to it, and you don't make it like a big thing that it pulls your awareness away from you. You directly go straight back to it, and you want each of the breaths and each of the ohms to be literally piercing through these channels and clearing and purifying these channels. And trying to think if there's anything else. Chanter Janana Mudra on the knees. It just depends on what you feel comfortable with. Honestly, I had when I was doing this exercise a while ago, I had kind of Travis Mages had mentioned doing the pelvic floor exercises, which wasn't mentioned in the book, but it was just like brilliant to and then when I heard him say that about the pelvic floor exercise, I was like, ooh, that's very similar to the part of the Kundalini breathing exercise that Joe Dispenza had came out with, except minus the sucking in of the abdomen. So I actually was doing the chakra shuddhis for a while, raising the perineum, sucking in the gut, and then exhaling. Breathe in real big, suck in the gut. Actually, it was breathe in really deep, then suck in your gut, and then pull up on the perineum on your pelvic floor, like pull up on it, as if you're trying to quit using the bathroom or something. But yeah, this is the primary practice. This is a very, very important foundational practice if you're wanting to awaken your Kundalini. There was a few different, some very similar to this, where there are like Kundalini exercises where you have someone chanting the different seed syllables as you go up through each chakra, and they kind of sing and chant as you're doing it. And that was actually, I was using a guided meditation the very first time I ever experienced a Kundalini awakening of any sorts, and it was very, very frightening actually when it happened. It was like my body started piss pouring sweat, and I was shaking and vibrating violently, almost as if I had drank like 1,000 gallons of coffee. Like my whole body was just shaking. And when I was piss pouring the sweat, I was also having like hot and cold sweats, almost like I was having really bad withdrawal. But I could feel the energy moving through my body, and it was just like I wasn't ready at that time, and it really did frighten me. And I continued my practices later on, but I gave it a break for a minute, for like a few weeks before I went back to any of those practices, because it was literally just so intense. But this one's very similar. It's just got a little bit more detail to it, where you're actually tapping into the real channels of these energy, the real nadis that the energy travels through, and the Shetram points. Most people never even mention this, the Shetram points on the front of the body, and the fact that the chakras are connected to the spine. You hear a lot in people that talk about magic and chakras and spirituality and stuff. Pretty much the only thing you ever hear about is the chakras. But it's important to understand these different Shetram points. And really, man, I wish I had that. Let me see if I got that book right here. Another really good book that I refer to all you guys, if you're really practicing this great work, you're really working on yourself, you're really transforming yourself, doing these spiritual and meditative practices. Because if you're just getting all the knowledge and learning a bunch of stuff, and you're not incorporating the practices, all you do have is knowledge. You don't have the wisdom and understanding that comes from incorporating these practices into your daily life. And it needs to be a daily practice and stuff. But yeah, I love this book. The Subtle Body, an Encyclopedia of Your Energetic Anatomy by Cindy Dale. Man, this thing is amazing. It breaks down so much. I mean, it connects the chakras and everything to ley lines and to the Kabbalah, and I mean just so much. It breaks down all the different chakra systems throughout like the different traditions that had chakras in the East. Many different chakra systems, and it shows where they're connected and where they're separated, and the different nadis and meridians and stuff that are throughout the body. And this thing is an amazing read. But yeah, if you guys are serious about this practice, number one, you need to grab this book, man. This thing is very powerful. If you don't have the actual book, you can get the PDF online for free. And let's see, I think this might be our delivery. I just saw somebody come by. Yep. Hold on just 1 second.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Have a blessed day. All right. Our lunch is here. Okay. But yeah, this is the practice. If you didn't fully understand what I said, you can go back and rewatch the video. It's simple, but it's going to take some time, and you're going to have to dedicate time to your practice. And I mean, really, if you're not dedicating time to growing yourself into your greatest version and really just walking this path of self-deification, self-mastery, and apotheosis. But yeah, this book is great. Subtle Body, Dharana Darshan, definitely get it. This thing is like, oh, amazing. But yeah, if you don't have a copy of the book and you can't get it at the moment, you can go find PDFs online. And also, right now, you can at least listen to chapters 1 through 9, I believe, of the audiobook on Travis Magis's channel, because he's done the audiobook on those. But that's the basic practice. I think I'm going to go ahead and jump off here and get some grub in with my girlfriend when she gets on her lunch break. But I just wanted to give you guys this practice. Do it for a minimum of a week, and it's going to take the entire practice. When you're doing these 21 ohms, they don't have to be big, long, drawn out ohms. They can just be an ohm on every in-breath, an ohm on every out-breath, an ohm on every in-breath, an ohm on every out-breath. But just make sure that you're putting those ohms and your awareness of those ohms within each chakra point. And you use the ohms with the first practice, where you're just going through the chakra of the Muladhara and then the Kshetram of each individual one. You first make the connection with the breath in your awareness, then you use the ohms, and then on the later practice, you're just going directly to the chakra points along the spine and breathing, doing the 21 ohms through each breath in and out on the chakra points. All right, that's it, you guys. I love you all. I hope everyone has a wonderful day today. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below, or any comments, anything to add to it. If you want to, after you've done this practice for, a good week up to a month, and you're getting comfortable with it, you can add in the pelvic floor exercise, where you raise the pelvic floor on each breath in and release it on each breath out. Or you can even add that other part of the Kundalini exercise I was talking about, where you breathe in deeply, suck in your gut as tight as you can, then raise the pelvic floor to kind of squeeze that spine and squeeze the cerebral spinal fluid up, because you're doing the energy work, moving the energy as well, but when you're adding these physical aspects, you're able to cycle those fluids of the cerebral spinal fluid that's drained down into your root chakra, and you raise it back up into your brain. And that's how the sacred secretion is connected to the Kundalini energy. But I love you guys. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll be having many more videos to come. Love you guys. Everybody have a great day.